Hello, everyone. I'm John, a former forensic officer. On this channel, I share mysterious experiences encountered by American police officers. Today's episode is about a true paranormal incident that happened late at night in a police station. Thank you to everyone who watches this channel and supports us. I also want to thank my 2 grandchildren for turning my old stories into scripts for these videos. Now, let's step into the world of the unexplained. Please enjoy this story about a doll that started moving in the middle of the night at a police station. This story takes place on a winter's night, when I was still an active police officer. The police station was quiet and sparsely populated late at night. The officers on the night shift were handling their usual duties, occasionally engaging in small talk. The station had an eerie atmosphere, but that was not uncommon. However, that night was particularly quiet, with heavy snowfall outside, and the station was enveloped in cold and silence. The protagonist of this story is my colleague Tom. He was an excellent police officer, always calm and composed. In his mid-30s, Tom had plenty of experience as a police officer. He was dedicated to his duties and could handle any situation calmly. It was this same Tom who witnessed the incident that night, which later changed his demeanor and actions. That night, Tom was patrolling the station. As usual, he was checking the premises for any abnormalities. While passing by the evidence storage room, he noticed something strange. Inside the storage room was an old doll that had once been kept as evidence. The doll, with its eerie smile, had been there for a long time. Tom had never paid much attention to it. But that night, something was different. As Tom walked past the storage room, the doll's head slowly moved. For a moment, he thought it was an optical illusion. However, he clearly saw the doll's head turn, as if it were staring directly at him. Tom stood frozen in place, cold sweat running down his back. He couldn't move and stood there, staring at the doll for a while. This event marked the beginning of Tom's terrifying experience. He immediately told his colleagues about the incident, but no one believed him. They all laughed it off, saying he was just tired. But Tom knew what he saw. He had seen the doll move. Tom finished his shift that night, clutching the shocking experience close to his chest. However, he couldn't get the incident out of his mind, and felt compelled to check it again. A few days later, during another night shift, he walked past the evidence storage room again, his heart pounding as he looked at the doll. This time, the doll didn't move as it had before. But Tom felt an unusual atmosphere. The storage room was strangely cold, and the air felt heavy. As Tom tried to leave the room, he felt drawn back to it and peeked inside again. The doll's eyes glowed and seemed to disappear for a brief moment. Tom held his breath, standing there in a mix of fear and curiosity. Unable to ignore the incident, Tom told his colleagues again. This time, he detailed the situation and the fear he felt, hoping someone would believe him. However, his colleagues still didn't believe him. "You're just tired," they said, laughing it off again. Despite this, Tom was convinced. He knew what he saw. The doll moved, and its eyes glowed. Determined to uncover the truth, he began his own investigation. Tom started observing the doll each time he passed the storage room. One night, he finally witnessed the doll moving again. This time, not only its head, but also its arms slowly lifted. Tom stood frozen, feeling his entire body go cold. He quickly left the room and told other officers about the incident. But they still didn't believe him. Tom didn't give up and frequently visited the storage room to gather evidence. He brought a video camera to record the doll's movements at night. However, nothing happened while the camera was set up, and the strange occurrences escalated. The doll frequently moved at night, and Tom felt terrified each time. One day, Tom started examining old records in the police station. He discovered that the doll had previously been kept as evidence. In a tragic accident involving a young girl, the doll had belonged to the girl who had cherished it. Using this information, Tom thought, he might be able to uncover the mystery behind the doll. He continued his investigation, looking into the girl's family and the details of the incident. Eventually, he found a clue that explained why the doll was moving. Tom speculated that the girl's spirit was inhabiting the doll and trying to communicate something. Based on this clue, he began planning his next steps. Tom was convinced that the spirit of the girl inhabiting the doll was trying to convey a message and decided to observe what would happen next. One night, he returned to the evidence storage room. This time, he experienced an even stronger paranormal phenomenon. The doll's eyes glowed red, and the entire room became extremely cold. Tom stood there, paralyzed with fear, his body trembling. Suddenly, he heard a small girl's voice behind him saying, "Help me." Tom recounted the incident to his colleagues again, but they still didn't believe him. However, his persistence and fear eventually convinced one colleague, Mike, to help. Mike listened to Tom's story seriously and agreed to investigate the evidence storage room together. The two entered the storage room at night and carefully observed the doll. Initially skeptical, Mike eventually witnessed the eerie phenomenon himself. The doll moved again, lifting its arms in front of them. Mike felt the same fear as Tom, and they both ran out of the room. Convinced that these events were not mere hallucinations, Tom and Mike continued their investigation. They delved into the girl's family and the details of the incident, and finally discovered why the doll was moving. The cause of the girl's death was unclear, surrounded by many mysteries. Tom and Mike felt that the girl's spirit was trying to reveal the truth. They contacted the girl's family and managed to hear the full story. The family explained that the doll was very precious to the girl, and that she had clung to it tightly just before she died. With this information, Tom and Mike renewed their determination to uncover the secrets behind the doll. As they continued their investigation, Tom and Mike discovered even more shocking facts. The girl's death was likely related to problems within her family and bullying at school. Her spirit was sending messages through the doll to reveal these truths. Using this new clue, Tom and Mike began seeking ways to comfort the girl's spirit and help her rest in peace. They researched spiritual rituals and methods of offering solace, and considered what they could do for the girl within the police station. Eventually, they decided to take concrete actions to comfort her spirit. Tom and Mike continued to search for the best way to comfort the girl's spirit. One day, they examined detailed records of the girl's family and incident at the local history museum. There, they uncovered secrets the girl's family had harbored for many years. The girl's father had been involved with a criminal organization, which had brought much misfortune to the family. It became clear that this secret likely influenced the girl's death. Using this information, Tom and Mike continued their investigation and understood why the girl's spirit was sending messages through the doll. She wanted to reveal the truth about her death and the secrets her family held. Tom and Mike decided to help the family confront their past sins and secrets to comfort the girl's spirit. They told the girl's family everything and urged them to confront their past sins and secrets. The family initially resisted, but eventually, Tom and Mike's sincerity opened their hearts, and they began to talk about past events. The family admitted their past mistakes, apologized to the girl's spirit, and decided to hold a memorial service. Tom and Mike attended the service, doing everything they could to comfort the girl's spirit. That night, after the memorial service, Tom and Mike returned to the evidence storage room. They saw the doll quietly sitting there and felt that something had changed. The doll's eyes no longer glowed ominously, and a peaceful atmosphere filled the room. Tom approached the doll and silently said, "Your message has been delivered. Rest in peace." At that moment, Tom and Mike felt the girl's spirit fade away. The doll returned to being just a doll, no longer moving. They sighed with relief, certain that the girl had finally found peace. Tom and Mike realized that this incident was not just a paranormal phenomenon, but was related to past sins and secrets. This experience deepened their understanding of the unseen suffering, and unresolved issues people face. They also reaffirmed the importance of their duties as police officers, not just in solving crimes, but in being empathetic to people's hearts. Through this incident, Tom and Mike learned a valuable lesson. There is always a reason behind even the smallest sense of discomfort or strange occurrence. Their duty as police officers is not just to solve cases, but to listen to people's inner voices and try to understand them. Dear viewers, how did you find today's story? Such mysterious events can teach us truths and lessons we might overlook in our daily lives. If you experience something strange, please look for the truth behind it. Thank you for watching this channel. Please like and subscribe. Also, share your mysterious experiences and thoughts about this video in the comments section.